Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're really diving into something deeply human. We're looking at personal transformation, resilience, and that really tough journey of healing after a major loss.
Hmm. And our guide for this is a really moving piece called Resurger, From Goodbye to Self-Love.
Exactly, and what
Yeah.
grabs you right away, I think, is how it starts.
Yeah.
Well, it's poetic, but the pain feels incredibly real, very understated.
Yeah, it's not that huge, dramatic blow up you might expect from a breakup story, is it?
Not at all. Instead, the author talks about this quiet, almost unnerving serenity around the departure, which kind of ironically makes the heartbreak feel even deeper.
It really does. He puts it so vividly. He says the love didn't die in an accident,
Right.
but it died as leaves dry while I was still watering the tree.
Wow. Yeah, that image, it just stays with you, pulls you right in and tells you,
Yeah.
okay, this isn't just about a relationship ending.
No, it signals something bigger, the start of a real journey into self-discovery.
And that's what we're going to unpack today, right? We'll get into those raw feelings of loss.
And the surprising things that actually trigger healing. We'll also look at the ripple effect on family.
And ultimately, how he comes to redefine things like forgiveness and self-love.
Exactly. It's one person's very specific story, but you find these universal threads in it about navigating pain, finding your own strength, hopefully something you can connect with too.
Okay, let's get into it. Segment one, the author called it The Quiet Erosion. He mentions this song, For No One, setting the scene for when his partner leaves.
Yeah, and she just tells him, apparently with this unsettling calm, I no longer loved him.
No shouting, no big drama, just that, quietly devastating.
And it's that lack of drama, that calmness, that somehow makes it worse, don't you think?
Totally. It's not a sudden crash. It's this slow wither while he's still trying, still watering the tree, like he said. That specific kind of pain of something just fading out.
It's a unique kind of ache. And then right on top of this really personal heartbreak, his world shrinks even more.
Yeah, he mentions Americo, leaving clearly someone important, though the details aren't spelled out, just the impact of the departure.
Right. And then boom, the pandemic hits, the whole world shuts down.
So he's dealing with the breakup, this other loss, and global isolation. He says he felt exiled within myself. How does that layering effect work?
Oh, it's crushing. It's like one wave of isolation hitting after another. It creates this intense landscape of being utterly alone.
And in that space, he talks about long days of bed and body, intense, almost ritualistic sex.
Yeah, as this desperate, almost primal way to, as he puts it, remind the world I still existed.
Like a physical anchor when everything else is just
Okay.
gone. But what does that really achieve?
Well, not much connection, according to him. He calls it a heat without permanence, touches without affection, arms without embrace.
A desert under sheets. Wow. That's profound loneliness, even when you're technically with someone. It suggests being disconnected even from himself.
Exactly. And he makes this really crucial point. The pain wasn't just from what he lacked, the love, the connection.
Right.
It was also from what surrounded him. The constant Zoom meetings, the drain of teaching online, missing his family physically.
And that awful colleague situation.
Yes.
Well,
This
yeah.
colleague using her position like a weapon. Sadistic, perverse, smiling, just relentless pressure from all sides.
It really sounds like everything hit him at once. Life just threw the kitchen sink at him.
Pretty much. And that's where the For No One song comes back, not just as music, but as this effective landscape of an entire time.
It's the whole emotional backdrop. Wanting love, but feeling just
Mm.
observed,
Mm.
lost even to himself.
Mm-hmm. Physically there, maybe, but mentally and emotionally adrift. And this is where the shift starts, the looking back.
He looks back at that version of himself, that Fabio, with tenderness.
Yeah, not judging, not trying to fix the past, just welcoming it, accepting it. It's such a powerful example of self-compassion, isn't it?
It really is. Like saying, I see you going through that and it's okay. And the key insight for me, the real turning point, is his realization.
Let's.
He says, even alone, even wounded, he resisted.
Yeah.
And that was love. From myself, for myself.
Ah, yes. That's huge. The love isn't about fixing the pain or making it go away. It's in the endurance. It's found because he resisted, because he kept going.
Exactly. It's love born from just surviving it, from accepting his own struggle. That's not just survival. It's something deeper.
It really is. It's finding strength not despite the pain, but somehow through it.
Okay, let's move into the second movement, the shattered mirror. This is where disrespect becomes surprisingly a kind of liberation.
Right. So even after all that quiet erosion, he admits he still believes she would return.
Calls himself a fool for thinking time would just magically fix things.
It's that hope, isn't it? And sometimes it keeps you stuck. He wasn't ready for the finality, the definitive absence, or the coldness that was coming.
And that coldness, it culminates in this jaw-dropping moment, the day of the divorce.
Yeah.
She secretly snaps a photo of the signed divorce papers and posts it online.
No, seriously.
Yes, as if it were a trophy or a mark of freedom, he says.
Wow. That goes beyond just ending things. That's like a deliberate act of cruelty, of humiliation. What does that do to him?
It shatters something fundamental. He says, in that instant, something died. And it wasn't just the marriage. It was the admiration.
The admiration. That's key.
Yeah. And suddenly, he's not crying for her anymore. He's crying for myself. He sees her differently.
Oh, so.
As human, flawed, like me. But, and this is crucial, in a type of flaw that wounds. That of disrespect.
That distinction matters, doesn't it? Simple human flaws versus active disrespect. One cuts way deeper. It attacks your sense of worth.
Exactly. But then comes the paradox, the twist.
Which
He
is
says, this contempt saved me.
saved him.
Because it yanked him out of that limbo of waiting. It killed off that vain hope. Any lingering, idealized image he had of her just vanished.
Ooh, gone.
Yeah. And that finally allowed him to actually start moving forward. It was bitter, but freeing.
So, contempt is the catalyst. It's like that harsh slap in the face that finally wakes you up from a dream.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And interestingly, he says he didn't feel hate, didn't want revenge.
Just the truth was enough.
Apparently, just seeing things clearly, raw as it was. And he concludes, and the truth, although bitter, is always a form of freedom.
That's powerful. Accepting reality, however harsh, is liberating. It lets you take back control.
A really significant turning point. Which brings us to the third movement, the silent wound, focusing on his daughter, Manuela.
Right. And her bond with his ex-partner, Anna. He describes it as this really sincere love of tiny and pure trust.
It's the kind you just feel you can't really explain.
Exactly. A real intuitive connection, which makes what Anna does next just heartbreaking.
What happens?
She tells Manuela, apparently very coldly, that she wasn't that connected to Manu.
Just like that, to a child.
Yeah, without hesitation, he says. Like someone getting rid of a weight they never recognized as part of them.
Oh, that's brutal. The casual cruelty of it is almost worse than anger.
It really is. And Manuela's reaction, it's staggering.
What did she do?
Nothing. She didn't ask, didn't cry, didn't complain,
Just-
never spoke of her again. Complete silence on the subject.
Wow. That silence from a child. It's deafening, isn't it? It speaks volumes.
It really does. He reflects that she somehow understood, way too soon, the difference between presence and bond.
What a heavy lesson for a child. That someone can be there but not truly connected.
A brutal piece of wisdom. And for him, watching this, Manuela's silence, this absence of a name, this quiet refusal to even acknowledge Anna, that cut deeper than anything else.
Deeper than the photo, the public stuff.
Yeah, he calls it grief without a body, a longing aborted before it was even born. It's this unique pain of seeing his child wounded in this silent, profound way.
And realizing the damage wasn't just to his own heart.
Exactly. He saw a small and deep crack in hers, too. And that pain, seeing his daughter hurt,
That was the worst.
it hurt more than all the furtive photographs, all the public contempts, all the private tears. Protecting his child was paramount.
And Manuela, through her silence, actually teaches him something profound.
What's that?
That there are loves that don't deserve to be named. And that sometimes real maturity shows up in just never mentioning someone again, letting them fade by refusing to give them space in your narrative.
No. That's wisdom learned the hard way, taught by the innocence of a child processing immense hurt. A silent, powerful path forward.
Absolutely. It's incredible. Which leads us perfectly into our final segment, the scar of resentment and the freedom of forgiveness.
Okay, so here he challenges that common idea that resentment just fades away over time.
Right, like a fever or hangover. Poof, gone.
But he says, no, that's not it. Resentment is not fever. It is a scar.
A scar. And a scar never returns to smooth skin.
That's such a powerful metaphor. It changes how you think about healing, doesn't it? It's not about erasing the mark.
No, it's about integrating it, accepting the scar as part of you now. And he recaps the hurts, the abrupt end, the contempt, the coldness, the words like blades, the unspoken absence.
All of it painful, but again, what stands out?
Seeing Manuela fall silent, that's the deepest cut. Realizing the resentment wasn't just his, it had splashed onto his daughter.
That ripple effect. It's devastating when you see your pain impacting those you love most.
And of course, that brings anger, the urge to hit back, expose, hurt them too, that desire for revenge.
A very understandable human impulse.
But he resists it. And crucially, he says it wasn't about being virtuous.
No. Then what?
Survival instinct. He saw revenge as just another way to stay tied to her, prolonging the bond through twisted paths.
Ah, interesting. So letting go meant not engaging in that cycle.
Exactly. The goal was freedom, not repetition. And this leads to his big redefinition of forgiveness.
Okay, this is key. What is forgiveness not?
It's not to absolve. It's not about excusing what happened or saying it was okay.
Right. So what is it then?
It's just refusing to carry the burdens, the weight of rancor, the poison of memory on loop, and importantly, the prison of the victim role.
So it's an act of self-liberation, something you do for yourself, not for the other person.
Precisely. It's radical self-preservation. It doesn't mean forgetting or pretending it didn't hurt.
No, it accepts the pain. He says, that pain tore me and also opened me.
That paradox again, being broken open.
Yeah. And through that opening, he became more attentive, more whole, more intimate with myself. Pain as a catalyst for deeper self-connection.
It's amazing how something so destructive can lead to growth.
Yeah.
He learns not to idealize anyone, her or himself.
And he comes up with another incredible phrase. There are falls that are not failures. They are just effective gravity.
Effective gravity, I love that. It reframes loss not as failure, but as, well, almost like a natural law of emotional connection. Sometimes things fall apart.
It takes the blame out of it, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
just is. And the most beautiful part, he says, the peak of his healing.
Yes.
Learning to thank in silence for having survived that.
Wow. Gratitude.
Yes, not indifference, but gratitude rooted in love. Love for himself, for Manuela. And maybe, he speculates, who knows one day, for her.
Even for her.
Acknowledging her past importance, even after everything. That shows the resentment truly doesn't define him anymore.
That's the ultimate freedom, isn't it?
It really is. Which leads to his final insight.
Go on.
Forgiveness begins when resentment no longer defines us. It's an internal shift. The power is reclaimed.
What an incredibly powerful journey we've explored in this deep dive. From that quiet, crushing loss and betrayal,
Through the silent grief witnessed in his daughter.
to this profound redefinition of forgiveness and finding love for oneself forged in the fire.
It really shows how devastating circumstances, both internal and external, can paradoxically carve out a path to deeper self-understanding and strength. It speaks volumes about human resilience.
Absolutely. And for you, listening in, we hope this resonates. These deeply personal stories often hold universal truths about our capacity to grow, to heal, and find meaning, even in our deepest wounds.
Yeah, so maybe something to reflect on. Think about the silences in your own life. What truths might they be speaking?
And consider that idea of forgiveness as self-liberation. Not for them, but for you.
What weight, what resentment might you be carrying? And what could happen if you chose to set it down? Could it open up a deeper connection with yourself?
Something to think about. Thank you so much for diving deep with us today.
Until next time on The Deep Dive.